Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the semi-final of Merge Madrid 2025. It is my pleasure to be here today uh, to be your host. I'm Angelica Ortega, founder and CEO of Novify. We're a go-to-market talent layer for Web3, digital assets, and security. And today, I wanted to especially be making a mention to the startups. Without the startups, we don't have what we have today here. All the institutions, all the financial advisors, all the VCs, asset managers. So thank you to every single startup that hasn't made it today to be the 14 finalists for the semi-final. But also, it is so important to see all these banks, all the financial institutions really adopting the blockchain motions. So today we've got 14 startups. We'll be very tight on the clock. 5-minute pitches from the startups, 5 minutes Q&A from our jury here today that I will say all their names as well. So we've got, before we begin, I'd like to thank every single person in our jury today, all the startups, all the organizers of Merge Madrid. We have Francisco Cuadros from Tritemius, we have Daniel Marin from La Familia, we got Mario, the startup CFO, we got Matevers from ACC Ventures, we got Nikita from Cointelegraph Accelerator as well with us, we've got Matias Sosa from OVH Cloud, Alexander Nekev from Funders VC, we got Ruben Portela from Wise3 Ventures, Mattia Homan from Sitel Digital, Evandro Quiroz from Team Erratics, Inigo Peña from Tetuan Valley, that's a lot of them, I'm nearly done, Patrick Juarez from Secure Zero, and Alejandro Riscrom from EARA, and myself, Angelica Ortega. Novify, thank you to everyone, and I'm going to firstly announce TD Club. We've got Dorian, who is the advisor of TD Club. If you want to come up to stage, I don't know where you are. Have we got him? TD Hub? No? No TD Hub? If that's not the case, we do have the Aura, which is John Martins. Do we have John Martins? No? Okay, we will get there. No stress, we will go back to them. Have we got Cesar Serrano from Factors DCP? No? That's fun. Factors, yes, we did. We did it. Okay, so if anyone can go and fetch TEDx Hub and the Aura, but here today we've got Cesar Serrano. I'm gonna give you a mic. Thank you so much. The CEO of Factors DCP, you can come up as well. Factors tokenizes promissory notes and legal rights into digital assets, combining distributed custody with global liquidity to modernize access to financial instruments. Welcome, Cesar.
Thank you.
Working?
Hello? You guys hear me? Amazing. So we are in a 40 trillion market on private debt. 40 trillions, American. 40 billions, Spanish. We are Factors Capital, and we are here to tokenize the legal rights. We are the backbone of the new infrastructure for the lending and the private markets. So how we do it? We have something called Unique Factors Token, which is a metaphoric event. So think about a container, a digital container where you can hold the rights, you can hold the promissory notes, you can Oh, amazing. Thank you. Right. So we got, how long do we have? 3 minutes, all right. So as we said, we are the centralized legal infrastructure for credit, and we're based in 4 verticals. Compliance, making sure the legal aspect of the whole process, custody, We offer service on alternative disable, which is the central depository endorsements. We're making sure that from the beginning point to the end, we computabilize the whole transaction of the legal rights. Risk intelligence. So we're making sure by using artificial intelligence on a second stage to integrate and to sell to third parties all the data analysis. So how does it work? So we have two sides or three sides of verticals. It's pretty much promissory notes is a broken wall. Promissory notes is based on the confidence of the word. It's papers that mainly are on a file storage somewhere. What we propose over here is to convert it into PDF, and that PDF convert it into unique factors token. The unique factors token, I'm going to emphasize in this, we hold the rights. We don't tokenize like many other protocols and companies out there. We basically wrap up the whole endorsement. So that gives us a competitive advantage of safe, fast, with a global expansion, and a very smart. Now let's talk a little bit about the market opportunity. We're going back to those, according to McKinsey, somewhere between 34 and 40 trillion dollars. Just in our initial objective is that for Colombia, which is 0.85 billions. And as we can see over here, our initial focus goes for 10 million in promissory notes, over 150 overall market in Colombia. As we can see over here, there's a bit more figures about the Latin American ecosystem. So the average, more or less, is around 8.3% compound growing rate. And we have representatives in Argentina. We are ready to onboard this project after Colombia in Chile and Peru. We emphasize again, and what we do, which is we are building the decentralized backbone of lending. We are building the foundation of the new private markets, debt private markets. Now, traction. So we are at 70%, I would say 72% of our MVP. We secure a 250,000 commitment, soft commitment, and we are in conversation with an important bank to carry on with this proof of concept. As well, we partner, or we have a couple of, well, nearly 3 or 4 fintechs. So we are ready which they are ready to cooperate in our proof of concept. You have a small description over here of how the whole system works. And that is going to emphasize in our revenue model. So that allows us to open custody, alternative custody to the central depositories. We monetize every single transaction over the multi-point system. We offer AI monitoring, API, SaaS, software as a service, and also data verification, is very important in all our processes.
Thank you. Anything really last minute you want to mention before we go into questions?
The last thing is just a point in what we're doing over here, which is in 4 verticals, 4 words. Custody, endorsement, risk intelligence, and compliance. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Cesar. You can stay here. Big round of applause. That was great. I know 5 minutes is quite difficult. You can take a seat and we'll do 5-minute questions from the jury. So who wants to go first? Questions for factors DCP. Thank you. There you go.
Thank you for the pitch, man. I think it's quite difficult to. Are you able to hear me?
You can hear me? Oh, yes. Thank you.
Better, sir. Better, sir. Thank you very much for the pitch, man. I think it's quite difficult to quite summarize all the information on a difficult project. But can you tell us a little bit more about the team? Because basically, the technology, in my opinion, in real world asset, is basically a liability. It's not a real asset because in tokenization is more about the compliance and how you structure the product legally. Can you tell more us about that?
Yeah, sure. Thank you. So in our team, we have a team of there is a team of different entrepreneurs. There is Juan Esteban, which is unfortunately couldn't be with us today. He is a celebrity within the fintech ecosystem in Latin America from the legal side. So we already have the ecosystem cooperating with us. As you can see here, well, one of our colleagues, it's a lawyer, and we make sure that the whole legal environment it's ready to carry on. We have a couple of developers, and as an advisor is James Murillo, which it's a well-known gentleman in the area. So just to summarize the question, we have a very specific and very professional lawyers participants within our projects, which is, I mean, you can see in the deck, Mr. Miguel de la Calle, and obviously we have the legal ecosystem ready to deploy a protocol or a platform like Factos is presenting or bringing to the market.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Thank you. Any other questions? We still have 2.5 minutes to go. If anyone else wants to. Yeah? Thank you.
Hi, sir. Congrats for your project. Just a quick question. Can you tell us a bit more about your differentiation about the competitors you have? Because it's clear that you have a great opportunity in that market, but if you can tell us a bit more.
Okay, based like on the broader perspective, there is not quite clear of a single protocol doing something similar. There's been a few proof of concept in the market. There has been a few intentions, but as our colleague mentioned, it's something. It's exciting, but it's not. It's not an easy thing to come up because we still marrying two sectors, regtech and fintech. So we are in the middle plus the tokenization side, blockchain, the whole ecosystem. So to reverse back to the beginning of the question, we could say any bank or the Zebal, for example, or any deposit centralized organization could be potentially be seen as a competition. But they have to integrate the technology. They are a legacy system. They are a very like giants, and we've seen on the development of this technology how difficult it is for big institutions to learn and to change the way or the focus they see on the development of the new technologies or how they change their business models and how they marry the disruption itself. So I will say there's other protocols around there. The ideas that they grow like a seed. You cannot say, oh, this is my business idea and I do it over here and I patent. No, possibly in another side of the world, at the same time, somebody is having similar idea or the same idea and developing something very similar or the same as you. So bottom line is that central depositories could be potentially. However, we don't do exactly the same as them because they hold the legal rights, not tokenized yet, and that's something that we propose to do.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. We got 10 seconds, so if there's no more questions, we will go to the next one. But thank you ever so much, Cesar. Round of applause for you. That was great. I'll keep that. Thank you so much. Right. Have we got Folks Finance around? No, not yet. At this stage, it'll be easy to ask who is here, and then we'll get them into place. Growy, yes. Okay, so we got Marcus, yeah? Where's Marcus? Marcus Real from Growy Finance. Awesome. So we have Marcus Real, co-founder of Growy Finance. Marcus? Yes? Oh, and yourself? Oh, yes, after we will go back to it. Thank you so much for being here as well. So we got Marcus Riol, co-founder of Growy Finance. Growy Finance is the first MiCA-regulated DeFi asset manager in Europe. So very exciting, combining quant strategies with full regulatory compliance for institutional investors. Thank you so much, and the stage is yours.
Thank you.
5 minutes.
Hi everyone, we are Growy Finance and we are building the first MiCA regulated gateway to the DeFi ecosystem. DeFi has plenty of benefits and we already know that. However, it has a very big problem, which is complexity. That's why 57% of investors cite complexity as a major barrier to crypto investments. There are thousands of protocols out there with different ways of generating yield and different risks that arise with each of them. And complexity is in every part of the investment journey, from daily operations to asset management and to rebalancing. Our answer to complexity is bringing institutional-grade asset management to DeFi. So what customers get is a platform that makes investing in DeFi simple, compliant, and profitable. Even though there is a lot happening in the back end, like cross-protocol interactions or risk management, what customers see is just a regulated and simple access to DeFi. DeFi market makes a big opportunity which is growing very fast. Revenues in this space accounted for $52 billion in 2024 and are expected to grow at a 50% rate until 2031. There is also a very important trend in this market, which is the institutional adoption and institutional capital coming into DeFi, which is growing at triple digit. Our first product is Growy Hedge Fund. It is a quantitative systematic strategy that trades perpetual futures in hyperliquid. It is accessible through our own in-house protocol, through a hyperliquid vault, and also very soon will be accessible through a fully regulated DVI fund. Over the last 12 months, it has had, as you can see, great results, and it represents very well what I was saying before. It is simple, it takes just 2 clicks to access it. It is safe, it has a minus 6% maximum drawdown compared to minus 25% in the case of Bitcoin, and it is profitable. Well, very profitable. Traction has been explosive since the launch of the product in July 2024. Since then, total value locked and monthly recurring revenues have been growing at 50% month over month. And we have onboarded more than 600 customers, including 2 institutional investors with more than $5 billion of assets under management. This is how the future of Growy looks like. It is a fully composable DeFi yield platform. So, customers deposit their capital in an easy and compliant way, and we allocate their funds among our multiple in-house products. At the same time, products integrate with third-party protocols in the ecosystem in order to leverage all the opportunities across DeFi. The roadmap to achieve this consists on developing the product side and also the legal side in order to onboard both retail and institutional investors. The goals are clear. There are to have $100 million of TVL by the end of 2026 and $500 million by the end of 2027. This is how the competitive landscape looks like. I'm sure you know most of the names listed here, and the thing is they either offer a compliant solution, which is just a passive strategy, like the Bitcoin ETF, or they offer their own strategies, but they lack of the compliance way to access them. And here is where Growy comes in, offering the regulated gateway to the DeFi active and professional strategies. Our competitive advantages are the performance we already have, which is probably the most difficult part of this plan, which is a product with a great and proven performance. Also the team and innovation. Founders team is capable of developing this superior level product without outsourcing any part of the product cycle. And we also have research and development partnerships with leading universities to stay ahead of the competition. Also, first mover advantage, as we will be the first MiCA regulated DeFi asset manager to offer active and professional strategies in DeFi. Regarding founders team, just simply wanted to note that we cover all the parts of the value chain, from product creation to blockchain infrastructure and to product delivery to the customers. To scale to this point, we are raising $2 million, $4 million at a $20 million pre-money valuation. $2 million will be targeted from investors and $2 million from anchor clients who will receive equity for committing capital into our product. This is it, and I will be happy to answer any questions you may have. Thank you.
Thank you ever so much. Right on the dot. Thank you. So what we'll do now is go through questions on our investors. Yes, if you can put your headphones on. Any questions here today? Absolutely. There you go. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you for your pitch. My question is regarding the regulation in general, because you've said you will receive it by the end of Q2. Like, do you think it's possible at first? And second thing, in DeFi, will it be easy to receive MiCA and MiFID for, let's say, spot and perhaps futures? I mean, like, probably it's hard, no?
Well, yes, it depends of the depth you want, of the depth you want. Okay, the first thing we have, what I mentioned here, is kind of the MVP of the legal side, which is a BVI fund, which can be also very soon a Luxembourg fund, and this will be enough to onboard institutional investors who require a more compliance where to access, or a stronger way, a stronger legal structure. Regarding MiCA regulations and other regulations across the world, like the US one, it will came, but in a different stage of the business. Okay, as we said, it's by the end of 2026. Yeah, and we can make it possible even though we don't have futures, because as I mentioned, we will have multiple products on the value offering. So yeah, it will be possible.
Thank you so much. Any other questions? Absolutely. Thank you.
Hi, thank you for the presentation. I would like to know at which stage you are at the moment, because you explained that you already have clients and allocated money. So which is the current regulation you are in at the moment, at the current moment? And this is more like a financial product more than a startup. So which is your long-term vision and that aspect?
Okay, regarding, well, I will start with the last one. We already have, what we currently have is mainly a financial product, that's true. But the value offering in the long term consists of making us as the gateway from TradFi investors to DeFi. So I want to invest my euros in DeFi, I don't know anything, so I choose Growing. Why? Because it is compliance, and they make all the portfolio allocation, and they choose the products, they choose the protocols before even though the products, and they integrate with everything. So what we offer in the long term is that you can access DeFi through us, and we take care of everything, of rebalancing, of which protocols do we use, of risk management or asset allocation, or everything. So at the end, we are the gateway from TradFi investors or regular investors to the DeFi ecosystem. That's the long-term view. The first question was regarding the regulatory matter, right? Yeah, we have an MVP and regulatory setting, and we have a company in Spain, and we also are working in the BVI fund, which is, what you can call it as the MVP in the legal part of the business. As we have the MVP, well, a regular product in DeFi already deployed, we have that MVP regarding the legal matter, and we are always working to improve it to go to the final stage, which will be to have all license requires in every country and everything.
Thank you, Marcus. Any other questions? We have 1 minute left. So, any other questions? So, nothing else. Marcus, thank you ever so much. Round of applause for him. I'll take this. We will go on to the next startup today, Zeno's. So we've got Volks Finance. Please welcome Zeno Osberg on stage, the CBO of Volks Finance, joining us from Georgia. Volks Finance is an app that bridges traditional finance and DeFi, offering deposits from DeFi yields, crypto fiat card, and access to real-world assets through one simple platform. Welcome, Zeno. The stage is yours. Thank you.
Lovely, lovely. Thank you very much. So, hi everyone. Nice to meet you all. Happy to see you here. So, I'm Zeno Ausberg, half Italian, half Austrian, and I'm here today to guide you through what we're bringing to the market. So, first of all, I want to bring you a bit about myself, right? So, I've been 5 years in the DeFi space. I've been leading the DeFi department for the largest DeFi cross-chain lending borrowing protocol, Volks Finance. And I'm here today to bring you and guide you through our newest project, which is a spin-off of Volks Finance, where we want to try to bring what we have built in the DeFi space into the TradFi and FinTech space. So, yeah, thank you very much. So, Volks Mobile. Let's start. So, we all know digital assets is broken. Why do I say this? Because real-world assets are limited. You can't borrow against those. We know DeFi is complicated. Why? Because you have to interact with smart contracts. You have to interact with smart contracts. You need to back up your seed phrase and stuff like that, right? So I'm sure that all here had problems with, one, onboarding users in DeFi, or two, trying out new chains, new protocols and stuff like that, right? Moving on, everyone wanted to access a DeFi protocol, but it was too complicated. Or even you thought about unlocking capital, but without selling. What do we mean with this? Imagine real-world assets now. I can have stocks, ETFs, bonds, but I don't have access to capital. It's locked there, right? And last but not least, aren't you tired of the low yields of TradFi? So we have this 4% risk-free or 2% in Europe and so on. Well, we're trying to bring the solution to all of this with Volks Mobile, which is the solution, by save, invest, spend, all in one, secure, affordable, and frictionless app. So we had Apple for phones, simplicity. We had Amazon for logistics, efficiency. We had Robinhood for stocks, accessibility. And we're Volks for digital assets, advancement. So let's see a bit the market, right? So we had TradFi, huge, but we've seen a constant growth of digitalization, right? So what we are trying to target is exactly this growth and the market share that FinTech is getting from TradFi. So we are here right now with Volks Finance, our mother company with $200 million AUM, and then we have DeFi, CeFi, FinTech, and TradFi. Moving on, here's a quick comparison of us between the different type of competitors we could have. So we can see we have all assets and all blockchains because we use DeFi, but we abstract it. We have multiple saving options. So not only the 4%, not only the 2%, it's up to you, to your risk aversity profile. You can decide. You can pay with fiat and crypto, and not just by selling, but also collateralizing your assets. Imagine I have Tesla stocks, I want to buy my coffee, I just deposit as collateral, I borrow, I open a credit line against my Tesla stock, and I pay the coffee. It's not only cool because you access capital, it's also cool for fiscal benefits, because it's a loan. I don't have tax on loans, right? But that's another topic. A bit of metrics. So we're not starting from zero, guys. We are a spin-off of Volks Finance. We had $400 million AUM all-time high. We are a profitable company. Last year closed $3.2 million revenue, 1.6 net profit. We have 35K plus monthly active users. Here are our chains, and here's some community data. Moving on. This is an overview, right? I told you. Assets tools, imagine anything you want to do with your assets, digital assets, so stake, real-world assets, borrow, trade, leverage, whatever you want, you have it. And on top of that, also banking services. We want traditional finance people. We want Web2 people, right? How we onboard them? By giving them what they know. So the debit card, the fiat deposit, the traditional finance services. So democratizing DeFi. We said DeFi is complicated. We want to abstract it and have it direct access, one click to the tools. We said low yields. Revolut gives you 4%, we want to give you up to 20%. How? Not crypto scammy projects, but market neutral strategies. We work with the most well-known crypto funds, DeFi funds like MEV Capital, Zero X Partners, and any type of DeFi active strategies, market neutral, not exposed to the volatility of the assets. And we just want to bring those to the people, not only the experts that have the smart contracts and whatever integration they need, right? And last but not least, we said spending and no selling. To me, it's a no-brainer. Here we can deep dive it a bit. It's not working. So we see we have our reward assets section, and we have the card side, right? We can top up the card with credit lines backed by tokenized assets as collateral. Remember this. Of course, we care about licensing. We're not just a DeFi project that is only targeting retailers and so on, but we already have VASP license. So we can already issue reward asset security and custody services in Europe, most of the countries. And here's our roadmap. We hired one of the founding members of Crypto.com to take care of the mobile app and the credit card journey. On top of this, here's a brief overview about the team. Benedetto Biondi, CEO, Techstars mentor, Forbes under 30. Myself, former fintech banking and DeFi advisor at Avant Bracket, and then mobile app engineer and the GM Folks Mobile. On top of that, we have, of course, Folks Finance team. And last question, do you want to be part of the future of finance with Folks? Thank you.
Thank you ever so much. Round of applause for Zeno. We'll go on to the round of questions so you can expand on some of your answers here. Thank you very much.
Hello, Zeno. Congratulations. A lot of fun. Great presentation. Could you explain what your advisory board looks like today?
Yeah, so
No.
first of all, yeah, so Maya Vujinovic, if you might know her. And then as for now, we have Jack from on the legal side. I can share more info about him later. And then on the cap table of Folks Finance, which is the mother company, we have Coinbase Ventures, OKX Ventures, Jump, Parafy, Borderless Capital, Arrington Capital, and other tier 1 VCs in the crypto space.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Please.
Amazing presentation, by the way, like great explanation and really cool project, by the way. When you say like you have like a mother company, I understand that Folks Mobile is more like a spin-off.
Correct, exactly. I'm sorry about the presentation because ideally I updated it, but this was the old one, so I tried to improvise a bit. But yeah, Folks Mobile is a spin-off of the mother company, which is Folks Finance, which already has all those metrics. Okay. So the idea is Folks Mobile, which we have been developing now since 1 year and has a separate specific team for that one, which I showed you. We are already in testing phase. As for now, just for everyone to have this clear, we put ourselves 200K from the mother company, plus for this year of development, plus we entered in the Ripple Accelerator already, and we have a 200K grant from Ripple, and we're closing other type of grants, but now we are entering in the seed round phase, and we're happy to onboard all the VCs, which we already have on the mother company, but this is for the specific mobile app, more centralized, with more traditional finance offerings, and of course with a much broader target, not only DeFi experts, but broader target.
So then I understand like more the equity are more enhanced than
correct
on Folks mobile app.
This is equity round.
Okay.
Correct.
Thank you. Any other questions, guys?
There are two there.
Nice. Well done, folks. Plenty of questions here. You still have 3 minutes, so.
Lovely, thank you.
Hi, thank you for the presentation. I want to ask about this thing that you mentioned, like having some loans without selling. Could you please elaborate more on that? So how does it work?
Yeah, so I'll give you also an example. I think it's the easiest way to go through it. So Folks Finance, mother company, was the first DeFi protocol to allow over-collateralized reward assets, tokenized loans on-chain in 2023. What does it mean? Gold, silver, tokenized gold, silver on-chain, have it as collateral, as guarantee, borrow at 70% loan to value, so borrow stable coins, spend your stable coins, and then whenever you want your collateral, your tokenized gold or in this case, tokenized Tesla stocks, Apple stocks, ETF, MSCI World, whatever you can think about, tokenized. You can borrow against it, credit line, spend it, and then whenever you want it back, you just pay back your loan and you have your collateral back. Thank you.
Thank you for the presentation. I think the level was quite high. Also, regarding first question, valuation, 30 million is for the holding company or for Volks Mobile?
No. So the mother company closed our Series A last year in November. We closed at $75 million valuation. We raised a total of $6.2 million, and we onboarded Coinbase Ventures, OKX, Jump, Parafy, Borderless Capital, and so on. This valuation is for the
Mobile.
Exactly, where we already bootstrapped the first 200K plus 200K of grant that we already received, and the mobile app has 1 year of development and all the metrics of the mother company. So that's and go to market will be Q1 2026, and so we are bootstrapping. We are closing this round pre go to market so that we have the budget which will mainly be used for marketing and aggressive go to market in the fintech industry and try to grab that type of retailers that we don't have yet.
Okay. And regarding the competitors, I saw you didn't mention EtherFi, and I think it's a competitor that is more similar than to your sector
it
specifically
is.
because they have even more things like Euro IBAN accounts. They have also the possibility to lend or borrow through your Visa or MasterCard. So could you explain us a little more about that?
Sure. So a couple of points on EtherFi. They have not yet integrated the fiat side on deposit and so on through IBAN, but it's coming soon and it's great. I'm a great user. I love them. And so the concept behind is great. It's quite similar, but you have to add that this, first of all, will be a mobile app, user-friendly. EtherFi users are all DeFi experts. You don't go to EtherFi if you're not a DeFi user. On top of this, we will focus through VASP license. We can offer real-world assets, securities, all topics that EtherFi doesn't have. So they are only crypto-oriented. And on top of that, on their app, it's all closed ecosystem into the EtherFi ecosystem. So it's true that you can stake and do whatever you want, but in their products. Our idea is to have abstracted DeFi, all type of assets, all blockchains, not only in the Fox Finance ecosystem. So we might have Aave integration, we might have, but just simple abstracted on your mobile app.
Multi-chain, perfect.
Yeah, correct.
Thank you ever so much. Zeno, thank you ever so much. Thumbs up, you've done brilliantly. Random applause for you.
Thank you very much, guys. Happy to connect later on.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm going to take this off because I think you might hear me twice. And next up, we've got Natec Debita, which we have in representing the United Kingdom. We have Julio Ferron. Julio Ferron, CEO of Natec. Here's the stage for you. Natec, the team behind Debita, provides programmable infrastructure for issuing private bonds in Latin America, connecting mid-market companies with global investors. Julio, the stage is yours.
Thank you very much. Hope you can hear me well, the one of the headphones. I'm Julio Ferron, I'm the CEO of Natec. Natec, as you were talking, is a private credit infrastructure company. So basically, Natec is UK-based fintech that builds solutions for the financial markets. Our main platform is Debita. Debita is private credit, on-chain private credit platform. So around 2 years ago, we realized that there was a big problem in the economy, which is the finance gap, $5 trillion problems. So finance gap is the amount of money that small and medium enterprises needs, and the system, the financial system, is not able to provide. So we have a structural problem in the financial system that we are not able to solve. Small and medium companies are around 90% of the companies in the average country, 50% of the GDP, and they are creating a lot of the jobs that we have in the economies. So we have that problem, the finance gap, and we have a potential solution that is an old one that is now trendy, which is private credit. So in simple words, private credit is institutional investors, private credit funds mainly, that are taking the job of banks. You may be familiar with the idea of banks getting too crazy before the financial crisis, so they lend too much, and then we had some problems. So then the regulators started to put some controls around the banks. So now lending is not that profitable business for bank. Banks are doing other things, but lending is not the main business. So these guys, the private credit institutional investors, are taking over. So if we put those things together, the finance gap in emerging markets and the trendy, growing private credit industry, we may have what we call a golden opportunity. So we believe that private credit in emerging markets is going to be one of the areas that is going to grow the more in the next 5 years. The problem with private credit in emerging market is that it's a mess. It's a total mess. It's totally unstructured, it's not standardized, and very important, it's very local. So no matter the country, Colombia, Brazil, Mexico, the Dominican Republic, I'm half Dominican, this is why I mentioned the Dominican Republic, it is very unstructured. So we believe that there is a huge opportunity in putting all the things that are together with private credit in a single platform that orchestrates and ordinates the thing. So Debita provides a solution that is putting origination, structuring, credit risk, the syndication, the covenants monitoring, and also the collateral monitoring into a single platform. We do that using on-chain rails, because we believe that on-chain rails allows us to move money and asset faster, so it allows us to go in more directions and to do things in a different manner and providing more efficient to the market. So in that sense, if we look at the different, just a second, here, at the different stakeholders of the private credit markets, we have the borrowers, Colombian company, imagine a Colombian company. This Colombian company right now, imagine this is a fintech, for example, in order to get finance, they have the local markets, they have the banks. Sometimes banks are not an option for them or they are too expensive, but they don't have international access. They don't have an international market to go for finance. Through Debita, they have a door to institutional investors that are worldwide. What we do is that we prepare, that we structure the operation, the deal, and put that available, covering all the things that an international private credit fund could be interested at in a single platform. We use stable coins, and I mentioned that because it allows us to move money faster. So one case, one real operation that we have done, one real deal, private credit fund in Luxembourg is put in euros, and the Colombian company needs Colombian pesos. So we do that with a stable coin. It's cross-border wholesale payment that allows us to have the money faster and cheaper. So for, as I was mentioning, for the borrower, this is interesting because they all have a door to the international markets open that didn't exist. It didn't exist. So if you're a Colombian company, you have no access to private credit funds that are in Dubai or private credit funds that are in Europe either. So that's a door for them to the international markets. That, very interestingly, is far cheaper. So we are half the price that the local market options. So structuring and placement companies locally will charge about 250 basic points, and we are half of that. So we are giving them a door that didn't exist. And for investors, that's very interesting, and normally it's the point that raise more interest, yields. So we are able to provide USD dollar yields with over-collateralized structures, normally between 20 and 15% over-collateralization, that are between 13 and 16% coupon rate. That's private credit. Private credit in the United States is 11. We have a premium for being emerging markets. We manage everything through a platform that allows those investors to enter at those rates in a robust and safe manner. So, time's up. Okay.
You want to say something very quick?
No, I will say three final remarks. We are targeting the market of $5 trillion. We are just trying to organize and structure a market that is very unorganized. We use on-chain rails to go faster, to go in more directions and cheaper. And the last point would be that we believe our investors, our current users, because maybe you want to ask for traction, that we have the opportunity to create one of the alternative channels to get private credit internationally for emerging markets.
Thank you, Julio. Thank you ever so much. Round of applause for you. Love it. So let's go 5 minutes for questions. Awesome. Great stuff. Thank you. Let's go. Is the mic not working? Which number is it?
What about now? Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
cool.
Thank you so much for your presentation and congrats for the project, of
Next,
course.
I'll get you.
I think that the time goes really fast out there. So if you can tell us a bit more about the equity story of the project, about how, if you are planning a financing round, what for?
We got a finance round with private investors like 1 year ago. We have 3.5 million. Right now we are making money. We are making revenue. So we are not planning to get finance in the next 12 months. So right now we are building infrastructure in the local markets, because in order to do that, you need to be in Colombia, you need to be in Mexico, you need to be in Argentina. There's no way you do it in other manner. So that is requiring us a lot of efforts in terms of capital, but we are able to cover with our current revenue. So our plans are maybe 15 to 18 months to start preparing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Any other questions? Oh, sorry. You're next. Thanks.
Enhorabuena, muy buen proyecto. I born in Peru actually, so I'm really sensibilized with the problem of private banking in Latin America. So I really understand the vision on the project. But I have a question more on the. I understand that you are more like a B2B solution, but as you probably know better than me, there is a problem with the submerged economy inside Latin America. There is a huge problem of people not getting access, not to debt, but even banking or even private accounts. So, do you think these problems are going to separate you about different metrics? Do you think it's not a problem on your model because you're basically B2B? What are your plans on this topic?
With the computer.
It is true. It is our model is B2B, but right now we have 30 financial institutions with us. That's a very important point. We have agreements with 30 financial institutions, banking and non-banking, that because for some of you may be familiar with the banking regulation, the banks, as I was mentioning, they all have restrictions for Basel requirements in order to be more careful when they lend. So there are banks that are using us to get things out of balance and distribute that to private investors. So in that way, they can operate things that they couldn't before. So SMEs are getting financed through us even when they are still having the relationship with banks. So we can also, in some manner, indirectly, open that door.
Thank you very much, sir.
We'll go in order, sorry. Otherwise, you'll forget the question.
Hi, thank you.
Thank you.
What's about the default risk? I guess you need to manage it, right? So how do you approach that?
That's one of the things that I was mentioning before regarding the local presence. So all of our deals are asset-based, so we have collateral. So imagine a case, fintech in Colombia, invoices. So the collateral is invoicing. So we have a structure that is totally over-collateralized in an SPV. In Latin America, you have one thing that is called fideicomiso, which are like trusts. So we move the assets to a fideicomiso, and we are connected to that fideicomiso daily via API, and we get views on the collateral daily. But that could happen. They can default, of course. We have a backup servicer. So the fintech that is providing the invoice discounting, it will be still providing the servicing of that collateral. So they will be managing the operations. But if they fall, for any reason, we have a backup servicer. And we have a local presence of a guy that should be in Colombia that has to call somebody to recover the debt. So we have everything covered in the structure at the beginning. So it's important also to mention that our team is coming from banking mainly. So it's people coming from risk, Banco Santander, BBVA, 30 years. We have very traditional people. They are not cheap, so they cost me a lot of money, that is handling the investment banking side of this, which is very traditional. We put everything on chain and make things available for investors, but blockchain in this case is 20% of the solution. Blockchain here is a mean, not an end. So we have a finance business that is taken care in the traditional way with all the traditional aspects of it that is happening now on chain.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for the speak.
There's 30 seconds
Yeah,
left.
very quickly.
Yeah, we got time.
The risk question is already answered. You talk about lots of Latin America market. That is a big opportunity. What about the go-to-market outside Latin America in the future?
Yeah, I mean, Latin America is our market for origination. So we are betting very good companies that we believe in and that go through our betting process, our due diligence process, because we believe in the recurrence. So we want our investors that are not in Latin America. Our investors are For example, Corporación Andina de Fomento, which is an international multilateral bank. We have other development banks. We have private credit funds that are in Europe, in Asia, family offices. So the guys putting the money are not in the emerging markets because they want the high yields. So we are connecting the market. Money that is here at maximum 10% is now getting a 16%, and these guys that didn't have the money now have the money because we are opening them a door to the international market. So for the origination, we're gonna be in Latin America for a while because the yields are very interesting, and we are doing a job integrating the partners locally. But for the buy side, definitely we are worldwide.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Julio. Thank you for all the questions. Congrats. Thank you. Yeah, that's great. So, I'll just... De nada. Can you hear me okay if I got this on as well? Oh, great. So I don't need to keep taking it on and off. John is the CEO of The Aura, who is next pitching with us today. And The Aura is building a token launch and trading platform without launchpads, VCs, or pre-sales, with direct liquidity and customizable rewards. Welcome, John. The stage is yours. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So welcome everybody, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for having me. I'm Bjorn Muttens. I'm the founder of the Aura, and we're gonna make liquidity free. We're outed by CodeSpect. We're partnered with Orca, one of the biggest exchanges on Solana, and we're backed by a VC company, Bonk Advisory, very likely known by many.
Oh, yeah, there.
So, quick introduction, very important. Who is the team? Who are we? Who is building the product? I'm the founder, Bjorn Muttens. I'm an ex-Microsoft builder since 2017. I was an account manager for Microsoft and Azure specialist. Been in crypto for over 8 years by now. Always been in DeFi. My co-founders, also ex-Facebook and Microsoft. I met him at Microsoft. He's a very advanced trader, top 0.01% on Fun. Our advisory team, very interesting. Alex Hall from Bonk Advisory has created companies that went to over $60 million in annual return of revenue. Then we have Kieran Parker, a very experienced founder, and has raised over $5 million in funding for third parties they have backed. And of course, a few of our developers. We have more developers in the team, but they just didn't make the pitch yet. So what are we really building and what problem are we solving? Now, currently in DeFi, there's locked over $10 billion of liquidity that is inaccessible. This is in a state that we name debt liquidity ratio. What exactly I'm talking about? Now, as you can see a chart. When 100% of the token supply is in a liquidity pool, everybody's sold, there will always be liquidity left. This liquidity is inaccessible. It's an issue. It's lost money. Now, this comes through the algorithm that AMMs, automated market makers, create. So you can see here, for example, take any time of a token, like 100% of the Solana on that moment is in the pool. 20% of the token supply is left in the pool. Now, on that moment, people start selling the token. So more of the token goes into the liquidity pool until there's 100% of the supply in the liquidity pool, but there's still 20% of the Solana left. But nobody owns any tokens anymore, so this liquidity shouldn't be there. It only is representing value. Now, currently, there are a lot of launchpads like PalmFund, that's BonkFund, and many more that even amplify this issue and create a bigger debt liquidity ratio. Now, a lot of crypto projects, they fail because of the friction with liquidity. How are we going to solve this? The solution. Now, we from the Aura created a launch engine, Limitless, and we utilize synthetics of the original assets to virtualize liquidity. We will replace the debt liquidity with virtual liquidity that only represents value. So for the people that launch the token through the Aura launch engine, we unlock the liquidity and give basically free initial liquidity. Where if you want to launch the token tomorrow with $1 million in liquidity that's deep, we provide this completely free of charge. Now, you will ask where does the money come from? Now, as I explained before, the debt liquidity ratio, it's inaccessible. So it doesn't have to be liquid, it only has to represent value. And that's the important part to understand. So we replace the real asset with a synthetic and virtualize the initial liquidity that gives you a starting price, eliminating the need of launchpads and opening a whole new world of token launches directly on AMMs. So the market opportunity. Now, currently we have $500 billion of monthly DeFi volume. Now, of course, a lot of this volume is native tokens, stable coins. That's not our business. Normally, $100 billion of volume is on altcoins, meme coins, utility tokens that are not native or stablecoin. Now, if we only capture 1% or even 0.1% of that total volume, the monthly revenue can hit up to 2.5 million or 250K. Our first goal is just hitting 0.1%. Be very easy, but it will be a good start. Now, the limit is monetize where liquidity flows. How do we make money? How do we make money? Now, we take, if someone chooses a fee on our token creations, we take 50% of the chosen amount. Now, we have our own trading terminal where people can trade the tokens they have launched. We take a fee. And the conversions of the synthetics to the original asset, we also take a small fee. This way, we make sure that the revenue comes to the company. Besides that, we created an API integration for partners to integrate easy and launch engine to offer token launches to their customer base. It's the most wanted utility in crypto currently. Easy integration, get instant revenue, and we of course get revenue from their user base. Now, as I explained, API partners, you can even refer API partners, earn up to 20%, or be an API partner and get 40%. Now, then a quick last one. Who are we? Do we have traction? Now, we went live on mainnet for 2 weeks, and we ran $500,000 in volume just in a beta test version, and we went back offline again. We won the first prize in a side event of the Colosseum Hackathon. We're official partner of Orca. It's not on here yet, but we have been received a grant from the Solana Foundation as they believe in the project. And of course, we're backed by VC, Bonk Advisory. Recently happened, it wasn't possible to update the deck for that yet. A quick roadmap. We are currently in Q4. We're going to be integrating with more AMMs, launch more synthetics to give them broader accessibility, improve the UX, and really start building cross-chain. Not only Solana, but go to Ethereum, Binance, etc.
Thank you. We're out of time. Do you want to say something very quick? Otherwise, we've got the
I understand.
question.
It's my last slide. So I just want to quickly say one last thing, guys. We have completely bootstrapped the company. We didn't take any funds until lately from the Solana Grant Foundation. We're soon going to start our token sale. The private sale has almost been fully reserved. Then there's going to be a VC round, and a public sale is going to be happening in Q1, Q2 of 2026. I want to say thank you very much for listening. If there are any questions, please ask me.
Thank you, John, and round of applause. You can stay here with the mic on whilst we take some questions from our jury. Thank you.
Hello, thanks.
Thank you.
Great presentation. I really appreciate the fact that you presented the team at the beginning of the presentation because it made it even more defensible for the way I look at startups today.
Thank you.
What would be your revenue forecast for the end of 2026?
The end of 2026?
Yes.
Very good question. So, as I was aiming for 0.1% monthly volume by the second month of the launch, so it will be a year basically from that moment. So it will be $3 million of returning revenue.
Great. Thank you very much.
Hi. Two questions. One of them, it is also applicable. Can you apply this technology of the debt liquidity ratio to any other pools? I mean, not only meme coins or launch pads, but any other low liquidity pools?
Yeah, very good question. Very good question. So we're also working on a redeemability function where people could integrate our synthetics in their launchpad, say Pump Fun or Let's Bang Fun, and then they have like this DLR liquidity that gets created on the AMM. They can come back to our platform and redeem this part. As this liquidity is locked away in the liquidity pool, it's in a burn state. So then they come back to our platform and redeem these currencies. So they will unlock the DLR by utilizing our synthetics.
Is also compatible with protocols like that use concentrated liquidity, like Uniswap V3 and so on? Or you have to develop the solution, but it could be?
Yeah, so currently we're like Solana native. So it's adapted to the Whirlpool program of Orca. that is currently developed on. It's not capable or integratable with any other DEX yet. So our next step is moving to Meteora. They have indeed more customizable options in liquidity versions. There we're gonna kind of test the water with how it's gonna work, and then we're planning to go over to EVM, Ethereum, Binance, Sui, for example. It's not EVM, but also in the plans. And there we're gonna indeed see how this exactly will function with the solution.
Cool, thanks.
Thank you. Any other questions? I'll pass it on. Thank you. Okay.
Excellent presentation, man. Thank you very much for the project. It's really smart on your way. I'm a trench warrior, and I really feel that pain also. Let's play with an example. Let's say I'm launching a token, and let's say I got about 1 million TBL, and I'm going to lose that kind of liquidity. How much money I will save as a founder that launch with a pound fund solution, but compared to you, how much money I'm going to save? How much money in that liquidity in the launch really high and then dumps to zero? How much money in that scenario?
Very good
will I
question.
save?
Very good question. So there are several options here. So just to be straightforward, like the direct answer would be you would save 20 Solana. But this is like a direct answer. Like PumpFund has a few issues that enables very low liquidity. As soon as the token is 100k market cap, already 90% of the token supply is in circulation. It's not sustainable. A serious project with a real utility is not going to launch on PumpFund. They're going to hurt their brand. It's not really like an option for them. If you want to launch outside of PumpFund, for example, you want to put $1 million in liquidity yourself, normally you just have to put the liquidity and you will lose that money. It's going to be stuck in the liquidity pool. It's just going to be value representation. You can come to us and we basically just free you the $1 million as its own value representation anyway. It doesn't have to be liquid. You will save $1 million. Thank you.
So, any other questions? We've got 40 seconds left. Any others? You all good? That was a cracking presentation.
Thank you so much,
ever
everybody, for
John.
listening. Really appreciate it. It's a real novelty. I hope to hear soon from you guys. I want to say one more thing. We have a booth over there. If you want to come try out the product, we have it live on DevNet. Please come try it out, check it out, and really get into the details. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Great stuff. Thank you so much. Thank you. So next up, and thank you so much, John, we have Kairos, led by Jorge Ordova as the CEO. Hi, Jorge. Kairos is also known as Easy Connect, is a no-code platform that lets companies integrate blockchain in minutes without writing a single line of code. Welcome, Jorge.
Thank you.
The stage is yours. Yes.
Hi, everyone. We are a Web3 building company. EasyConnect is the first project, the first product. Sorry. It's supposed to work. Yeah, EasyConnect is our first product. What we try to solve is the problem to really integrate blockchain. We have been working for more than 8 years, both in corporate and also startups. And it's what we realized in those years with many blockchains, with many use cases, is almost impossible for the majority of the companies, but corporates or Web3 startups, to integrate blockchain so they can't take advantage of what is happening in blockchain. So our idea is to be able to access not only existing companies at the moment, traditional enterprise, both everything is happening in the crypto ecosystem. The projects that are trying to go beyond early adopters to early majority. And we want to do in a way you don't have to code anything. So with EasyConnect, you can integrate using no-code platforms. So you don't have to have a technical team. You don't have to know anything about the blockchain you want to integrate. So you just have to plug a module on Make, Zapier, N8N, whatever platform you are using. We deal with all the complexity, and we do it in specific blockchains non-EVM blockchains, where the complexity and the cure to have technical people integrating this kind of blockchain is very high. The moment here is really the moment we believe for this kind of projects, because there are not only a maturity in terms of enterprises wanting to integrate blockchain and also blockchain itself and stable coins and so on, but also is the moment of automation. And no-code platforms, we think, is the key to be able to integrate in a seamless way whatever blockchain you want to integrate in your business. So we have launched a web platform to be able to monitor everything which is happening in a blockchain platform. We send you this information so you can create whatever you want in your business, in your systems, or through integrations with Make or whatever no-code platform. Our competence is not focused on this kind of blockchain, so at the moment we don't have any competence in these blockchains we are working with, which is first blockchain is Cubic, and the competence that is working here are so focused on specific use cases and more developers. We don't want to reach developers. We want to reach real people, normal people with their company to be able to integrate and to take advantage of this technology. We have already launched with different subscription plans to reach not only companies, but also the people who is working today in this kind of networks. As I told you, we have already launched. We are on full commercial launch this final year, and we want to be the way to integrate not only with this kind of blockchain networks such as Cubic, Hedera, whatever, but also with public infrastructure that is going to build in Europe, the European blockchain services infrastructure, whatever, that has specific enterprise use cases. We have launched on the first week. We got 2 enterprises for premium users and more than 35 free users just the first week, and we have been growing up per 6 in the transactions that we are handling. And we are initially focused on Cubic, but we want to reach also Hedera and other enterprise blockchains. And we are going to rise enough to be able to implement this roadmap. This is the team, finally, and we have 10 years of experience, both from corporate and startups. We know how to handle these kind of integrations, and I hope you enjoy it and you open to any question you.
Thank you ever so much, Jorge. The level in this competition is very high. Thank you so much. Let's open up for a round of questions from our jury. Thanks.
Hello. Thank you for the speech. Very cool. So, integrating this solution in different companies, it got a lot of requests. One of them is a regulation. What kind of challenge have you identified and how you face it?
Yeah, at the moment, what we do is to help companies get information from blockchain. So, I mean, we are not sending transactions and just to handle information on the blockchain, so you can integrate it in your business, and taking into account that we are just obtaining information from blockchain. We are not dealing with this kind of problems. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, just pass it on. Thank you.
Yeah, just continuing the previous question. So what's your typical client? Do you target Web 2 business in general, or it's more like Web 2.5? So what's your view there?
Initially, we are focusing on Web 3 projects that need to integrate this information and can handle the complexity of this kind of blockchain. So we help them to reach early users in Web 3, but we want to move towards the million persons are using no-code platforms. So, and also, it's important to understand that we want to focus in enterprise use case. So we are selecting specifically blockchains in which these kind of use cases are going to rise. And Cubic is one of them, and it's a small, at the moment, a small blockchain, but we think that could grow a lot in next years. And also we are focusing on Hedera, which is one of the networks in which enterprise use cases are really interesting.
Congratulations on your presentation.
Thank you.
Is it correct you said you don't have any competition right now?
No.
Okay, so generally what I ask to companies or startups that claim to not have competition is, in an ideal world, if there were a company that would want to acquire you, who would you like to be acquired by?
Good question. We think that there are big companies in the business of offering Web3 services, and we offer a specific tool to integrate with no-code platforms. So it could be easy for a big company that is offering, for instance, EVM integrations to add this as a new functionality towards their offering. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We still have 2 minutes for questions, so thank you.
Thank you for your pitch. I'm still trying to understand the real problem, what you're solving. Can you describe more who is the end user in the enterprise, let's say, and why do they need to use their product and don't create their own solution?
Yeah, at the moment, if you ask here, there are very few companies that successfully integrated blockchain in their business. There are many people trying to do that, but maybe just big corporates and big techs and specifically Web3 startups with the ability to integrate with this kind of blockchains. What we want to do is to offer not these big companies or startups, but everybody the possibility to integrate with this kind of small and medium companies that want to integrate with these networks in which we are seeing stable coins, financial services, and so on, can handle this kind of integration. So this is the gap we are trying to solve, letting them to integrate easily through no-code platforms.
Okay.
Okay. Very quick last question. Otherwise, random applause for Jorge.
Thank you.
At Kairos. Amazing, amazing, state of the art. Yeah, we'll get that. And next up, we're a little bit out of order, but we've got a lead. And lead, we've got here Alberto coming from the UAE, from Dubai. Random applause for him. He's the CEO and co-founder of Lead. Lead provides modular Web3 tools with AI that help creators and communities launch, monetize, and grow transparently. Let's hear it for Lead.
Thank you for the intro. Glad to be here, Alberto Fernandez, and we're building with Lead, the easiest way to sell digital products on-chain. What is this? Right now, the creators are struggling. What happens? They have to juggle between a lot of platforms. What it is, you have to juggle between Patreon, YouTube, Spotify, and then go to a Telegram group to have to monetize what you're building. And also, when it's a Web2 company like Patreon or Udemy for courses, they give you like a 20% off their cutback. So, why has to be there? Because the creators just want another source of income. They have a lot of time to use it for the creation, so they don't have to pay for this. But what is what we're creating for them? Okay. What we're creating, it's a solution that it's all powered by one storefront. One storefront that serves as a creator profile that you can post what you are, what are you creating, and it's automatic modular. What happens with automatic payments, automatic distribution, and also the royalty setup as you want it. That's a true ownership, because when you have a middleman, everything that you create Imagine a recipe as a cook, as a chef, poet, their poetry, their scripts as a writer. You don't have the rights, so we want to give them to them. What we have right now is the beta part that is already live. What we are doing is removing all the Web3 complications, fully abstracted, fully out of wallets that you make it. So it's easy for them. In less than 2 minutes, you have set up your digital product, so it is good to go to the world. We have the another part, the distribution part. We just created a mini app for the fast forecaster and the base ecosystem. So that's going to be the distribution model. What you can do have right now is create this profile that you need so you can expose who you are as a writer, as a photographer, as a VFX producer. And what is this? True ownership of what you're doing and your audience. Why we win? Why we think that we're so different that all the platforms that we already focus on NFTs, focus on creators, that we have the co-pilot that is Lena, they help you to do all this stuff and you just creating the product. The wallet CRM is not it's just too different having a wallet CRM than a traditional one because you can target who you buy your product, who you buy your stuff, and how you can retarget and go for it as an easy impact. Also, the modular flip. There's some creators that they don't know video, but they need audio. They need facts, but they don't need an about. All has to be modular. And the referral flywheel to serve you as the users, as your fan base. The market size of the creator economy is growing and booming. The thing is, all we know is that 250 billion, but from 200 million users, just 5% know that is Web3 or is on chain. So that's a market opportunity that we're going for. And for traction right now, we have more than 70 users for the creation side. This also is going to be released on November of this year on the mainnet. But they're from videographers, musicians, photographers. What happens? They increase. There are three main personas: musicians, educators, and artisans. What happens with the mini app is that we'll build versus Grandit, and also we just received the notice that we entered to the accelerator of Odyssea. For the revenue stream, it's very straightforward. It's a setup fee and a revenue transaction for the 5%, and the mini app donation is at 5%. So we have a fully recurrent part, and the next year is going to be a subscription model for the AI. The benchmark is pretty simple. We have a lot of competition, we know, but on the Web2 ecosystem, like WOP, like Patreon, like all this. But do you have I already know that they don't know for the structure or for the transactions? With the Web2 tools, we can remove all the payments and be a better company. And for our timeline, we just get incepted on May of this year. We initiated the project. On last month, we released the mini app, and we are trying to make the live on the mainnet, the main platform, on DevConnect on the November 22. That's the launch phase. And after that, it's going to be iterating, getting better product for the creators. They're looking for stream instructors, one-on-one Zooms, and everything in one platform. And for the team, on the part of the product, two-time founders, everything on the NFT side. I love that part of the real utility of it. CTO, Juan, is a Web3 DJ, and we know the creators. Angel is a music producer and a marketing expert, so we think we have the deal for it. And what we're asking right now, we're at pre-seed stage for 450K to fully lock on product and get this to mainnet. So if you want to know to the creator economy, and let's lit. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Alberto. You can stay here. Thank you so much. We'll go for questions in a minute. Best of luck with mainnet, by the way. Exciting numbers and definitely space. Who would like to ask any questions? We've got 5 minutes. Thank you.
Hello, congratulations. I have some experience in the influencer marketing agency world. How could you be an asset to major agencies across the globe, whether they be experiential, influencer marketing based, or basically amplification based agencies?
Yeah, good question, good question. We have some example like that on the KOL sites that they want to have an agent that they support the platform. That agent is gonna be the one that create the social profile, and you have the wallet distribution that intermediary has to kind of a revenue share to that part. Also, this example happens with the collective of producers. We have that part that you have a main producer of music, and that producers want to be part of the independent artists, so you can get part of it. And also for the education side, that's the same example. The education Coursera, Udemy, they want to still have the educators, but they want to be in part, but they know they're losing control. So this is the one of the parts that on the distribution of the wallets, they can be part of it.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, sir. Good presentation. I've been in the advisory board of a huge startup in this same area, so I really understand the pain and the opportunity. But I have like one big question. The creator is only going to move forward inside your app if there is a reason to be, and more take into consideration your business model is a pay-per-use. It's basically a paper drop. Paper drop, no? Is the name correct for you? So how is your numbers in B2C community? Because I think that's the main reason that the creators are seeking for. They don't mind to pay 20% of on Patreon or maybe a pay-per-use if they are going to be exposed in a huge community that their products are going to be seen. That's the main problem for your audience. So you're basically B2C in that sense. So what are your plans on that area?
On that part, on the distribution area, you are totally correct. The thing is that we're doing a lot with the base ecosystem and the base app. Right now, they have 45K on the beta side. So we're gonna be the storefront. Right now, you can connect in the base app, and it's gonna be the utility number 2 lit. So for Trojan horse, or the distribution part, is gonna be that exposure for the creators gonna be on the base ecosystem, and after that, that collective is gonna be. And the second part that we think that is going to be why the creators have that affiliation market that you can have with the CRM of the wallet that are going to be on the next year. That's going to be a great tool so the creators want to go there.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Great questions. Any others? We still have a couple of minutes left. Sounds like you left it all very clear, so thank you so much, Alberto. Round of applause. You can take back your seat. Guys, thank you ever so much. It's what time we've got now? 3:30. So I don't see many coffees. So this is great news. And thank you so much for bearing with me. I think this is very interesting. I've seen a lot of startups and this is great level. Let's go next with Lince. Next up from the UAE, we have Jorge Rodriguez Lora, CEO of Lince. Lince delivers DeFi investments tailored to each user's risk profile, making decentralized finance more personal and intuitive. Welcome, Jorge. Please take the stage. Hi. Woo.
Hello, everyone.
Here, this is for you.
Yes.
Thanks.
Okay.
Good luck.
You gonna start?
Yes, you can start whenever you like.
Okay.
5 minutes.
Hey, everyone. Nice to meet you. I'm Jorge, CEO and founder in Lins. And basically, what we build in here is automated crypto investment for smarter growth. In short, your DeFi robo-advisor. There is a huge problem we all have. We are losing money in this moment because inflation makes investment a necessity. We all need to put our money to work in order, to outrun inflation and generate a note income and note returns to beat the inflation in short. And the problem we have that is crypto becomes one of the best options to make this because of the high yields we can find, but everyone see it as really risky or even gambling. You are like, it's a not unknown place to go. But they are right. Just if you don't play, if you don't invest like Lince do. Our proposal to solve this problem is basically, as I was saying, a crypto robo-advisor, a DeFi robo-advisor, where we automate crypto investment in 3 simple steps to make you earn as much as possible. First of all, you come to Lins, you talk with our AI advisor that will recommend you one strategy based on your risk profile, based on how much risk you want to afford and how much market exposure you want to afford. And then we will manage your funds to make you earn as much as possible based on that risk profile we found for you. It's not magic. It's basically we use data from different protocols and we aggregate them in order to diversify your positions and, as I was saying, generate yields for you. The good thing about the Lens is that it's really, really flexible. As we have different strategies for each kind of risk and market exposure, you can find yourself in a different position compared to other people within the crypto ecosystem and also Web2 investment platforms. And we usually go in a higher APY with average the same risk. What makes us different also from other yield aggregators that we can find on chain is that we bet on the risk profile of the user, so we focus on make you earn based on your preference. We also include high APY sources that usually other aggregators doesn't include. They just focus on lending or provide the liquidity, but they don't go to like the next step in order to reach APYs of 20, 30% that are really easy and are out there. You just need to find them properly. And also, we don't just do USDC strategies. We also aggregate Solana strategies, Bitcoin strategies, Ethereum strategies, and other major assets. The Lens reality, how we invest in Lens is that we can position ourselves doing lending, liquidity providing, looping, leverage, hedge, arbitrage, and get up to 50% APY. It all depends on the risk profile of our user, as I was saying. And the market is huge, for sure. The crypto market is still tiny compared to other kind of assets, like insurance, real world asset, etc. But it's still a pretty decent one of 3.5 trillion, and it keeps growing. If we talk directly to the crypto market, we have a part of TBL, of assets, and most of them are on non-stable coins that usually other yield aggregators don't use, and also the 40% is in stable coins, and these are the different APYs per categories. Usually yield aggregators stay around lending and staking. We go further and we go to try to generate more APY for those that want to afford more risk. The business model is clear. We take a 1% management fee just for diversifying the funds, etc. And we take a 10% success fee because we want to make money if our user makes it. So this is our business model and how we earn. And we are ready to make it because we have a bunch of people in the team that have experience within crypto, outside of crypto, and that can make this happen with this crypto robo advisor that we got you. In this case, I'm the CEO. And I come from Smithy, which is my previous project. I made it with Omar, our CTO, where we have been making a launchpad, a token launchpad where people can create tokens and launch them without coding with easy. We scale it to 2 million annual revenue, and now we are in this new venture to build this robo advisor with Josema, which is our lead dev. He is managing the whole infrastructure in WEs. We have investors, we have advisors in the legal side, design, business, etc. Okay. Here we have a roadmap. In this case, our goal is to reach $100 million by the end of the next year. In this case, right now we are in beta phase. We are around here, and we are trying to reach 1 million total value locked by the end of the month. We just launched the last week, and we have already $150,000 in total value locked and more than 500 users just in this closed beta. And the next steps are around launching our own native app in mobile, our own credit card, and different perks that will allow our users to enjoy the yields without that much risk and make them more easier. Sorry. Okay, now the go-to-market, we are doing go-to-market. Right now we are in beta, in a go-to-market to Web3 users, as I was saying. First, we have started with collabs, working with DAOs, and firstly, these kind of users, and then we will expand to Web2 to go to other kind of audience, maybe more institutional, retail users that want to start in crypto, but they don't have the easier way to do it with a simple UX. In general, the tech infra is just a smart contract that manages the funds for the user, so the user deposit, and we handle the rest directly with a connection with other DeFi protocols, aggregating them and distributing the funds. And that's it. This is the app, in case you want to try it. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you so much,
It's been a pleasure.
Jorge. You can stay here for the questions. Great app. Really exciting times, even though it's in beta. Best of luck to get into the 1 mil next year. Let's open up 5 minutes for questions. Thank you, Carlos.
Hi, can you go a bit deeper for me into like how someone defines their risk appetite. You mentioned a couple times, like if I'm like super risky, how do I say, hey, I want to be super risky, and like if I'm less risky, like how do I kind of pull it back? Like, what does that mean on your app?
Yeah, in this moment, the onboarding process is like you go to the app, you talk with our AI assistant, and you can answer a few questions, and then it will recommend you one of the 9 strategies we have, or you can just select the one you have. We have 9 strategies going from low risk to high risk, with low, medium, high risk, and low exposure to a max exposure. So you can also decide if you want exposure to the market volatility, basically if you want exposure to major assets like Solana, Bitcoin, Ethereum, or you just want to keep the stable with stable coins. So the more risky you go and with more assets exposed to the market, you will have better APY. If you go low risk, just with stable coins, we will keep it easy with lending, provide the liquidity in only major protocols. So the more risky we go to newer protocols with better opportunities, either farming and different kind of things, and with lower, the usual lending platforms and more simple.
Thank you.
Let's. Oh, easy that.
Nice pitch. I just wanna have a question. I just have a question. I know you told me already, but I just wanna mention it and bring it up. So, are these strategies made by AI, or are the strategies built by you guys with your experience, and then the AI just advises you on which one to use?
Yeah, in this case, the AI is just for advise the user which strategy fits him better. You can change the strategy whenever you want. The strategy is we set the preset. Let's say this percentage of the money will go to lending in these kind of protocols, and we will diversify and rebalance based on which of those protocols we are getting is giving more APY. So it's not AI, it's just the smart contract detecting the data from the different protocols and moving the funds to where they will generate more yields.
Nice. Thank you.
Hello, thank you for the speech. Going back to the AI, the finance is a changing world. So how you or are you in this case remodeling all the AI solutions in a time, or is a fixed solution in terms of AI?
I mean, at the moment, we are working on making an AI agent that actually makes the same, but it's not live, and we are not like we went more on the side like we have this preset and we will just aggregate the data and move the fonts in there, because I think that there is that percentage of AI hallucinations that you cannot like rely on at all. So maybe in the future, when AIs are more curated and there are like more proven experience from them, we will go on that side. That's my my take on the future. It will be all AI agents fighting for the best APY. But right now, we're betting on this kind of experience, which is no AI, just for for improving how you interact with the app, but not AI managing phones at the moment.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
One very last question. Yes, you still have one
Hi,
and a half minutes.
a couple of things. One of them is, managing funds is a thing that requires certain levels of security. So, in that matter, do you have any audits or past, and which is the level of audits and so on?
Yeah, sure.
And as
okay,
well, the question regarding the DeFi strategies, as they are defined by you, could you tell more about the guys who are doing the strategies, their track record, and so on? Thanks.
Yeah, in this side of the audit, we have audit our smart contract, which is the one that it's handling the funds with Halborn, which is one of the top tier audit companies. It's already audited. There is a report live, so it went live before we were public, so it's fully audited. And on the curating of the strategy thing, in this case, it's our internal team curating them, but it's not like we handpick which protocol we are putting the money on. We just decide which protocols we aggregate per category. So let's say we are allocating 20% of the funds on a strategy to lending, USDC lending. So what we will do is take, okay, Camino has a 8% APY, Margin 5 have a 10% APY, and I can use loop scale for a 10% APY. Then we will get the funds and put them on loop scale. Then when the APYs changes, we will move the funds again to other protocols.
Okay, so how is managing the risk? I mean, the risk management.
Yeah, it's handled by us. We set the risk we consider per protocol based on how much total value they have, the audits, and the track record they have. So the more risky, we use newer platforms with less TBL and potentially better ABYs. For the less risk, we go just like to top tier DeFi platforms.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Amazing. Well done, Jorge. That was Jorge
Thank
from
you.
Linte. Scores are filling up, guys, so not many startups left. So I'm just going to ask you to be a little bit more patient. And we got the first one that was going to pitch today. We got with us Dorian, thank you. Dorian, the advisor of Thede Club. Please come into the stage. Yes, you will need that and this. Thank you so much. No, you made it. I'm very happy that you made it. I'll put this over there for you. This is for you.
Okay.
Thede Club is a trading completion platform helping token issuers generate real centralized exchanges volume without wash trading, bringing transparency and authenticity back to token markets. Please welcome Dorian to the stage. Best of luck.
Hi everyone. So today I'm going to present you City Hub. I'm representing them, but I've been working with them for a lot of time from the centralized exchange part. So I know what they do, and it's actually a pleasure to present their activity today. So they are coming from like an observation that we can all have. Trading is becoming mainstream, and we have tons of people that would not have been traders in, I would say, past era traditional finance orientation that are now trading thanks to crypto. We made it quite easy, or at least seemingly easy. And so, therefore, trading is becoming, as they call it, a mega trend. There are tons of opportunities for it, and they want to be the ones that put the makers and the takers to have a centralized platform where they meet. So how do they do this? Well, first we can have some observations about this mega trend. You have pump fund. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but I see some people are actually securing good gains on pump fund this last cycle. But yeah, so it's really something of a trend, and it's becoming more and more mainstream. And what we even think is that by repercussion, it might be the case that people will be trading more and more also from the traditional finance world, traditional assets as well, especially with the tokenized assets that we're seeing on centralized exchange. Like, I don't know if you're familiar with X stocks and such assets. If you've already seen, you can now trade tokens that represent, stocks straight on centralized exchanges. So that's new features that actually bring more and more people to trading. Therefore, how do we make it work? We have volume makers. That's traders. That's all of us when we are taking putting an order on a platform. Volume buyers. Who are they? They are the token issuers, especially so they need volume for their products. Centralized exchanges, platforms. They need volumes to generate money, to acquire new users, etc. So how do we create a multi-exchange trading platform, where actually both these volume buyers and these volume makers meet and interact? That's where City Hub steps in. So you can log in using a wallet straight. You can log in, connect your SEX accounts. So that would be your traditional Kraken account or KuCoin account, whatever. You log it in here. Actually, by the way, side note, but City Hub is the largest broker on MEXC running these trading competitions. So they have quite a history doing that. Then you can choose your trading competition. So you will see these projects offering the competition at the moment with rewards. Then you can battle in real time. You have your leaderboard that will actually notify your trading volumes. Each time you take an order, it will be immediately noted, and you will be in the leaderboard, and you will earn the daily rewards. So like everything is very automated at this stage, and it's quite in real time. This is why it's deal breaker, because generally speaking, especially coming from the sex industry, when we organize trading campaigns, there is always a bit of delay, and we have to treat like who is winning actually. It takes a lot of time. In this case, it's all automated and it's all trackable. It's on chain, so everything you see, and it's transparent. So the interface looks pretty much like this. You will, for example, have this trading competition. You can see how the current volume on it, the rewards that are to be taken and the time left to participate. Um, the interface is actually quite straightforward. So for now, they have launched more than 180 campaigns. That's more than 700 million in trading volume already, and more than 1.7 million in rewards distributed. Noting that actually this is an emerging trend. More and more projects want these trading competitions because it's a way to get to be known as a project, to get your project to be known by actually investors, because you first start as a trader, but then you might eventually get interested in the project that you're trading, and therefore become an investor. So that's one of the aspects. Currently, they are on most of the centralized exchanges, as you can see. So as I mentioned, OKX, Crypto.com, Mexi, KuCoin, etc. They work with all the large market makers as well, since market makers are the volume volume givers, I would say, volume makers. Then their main clients. So as you can see, their main clients are projects who want to be known, as I mentioned. And yeah, that's pretty straightforward. So far, it has been growing. It has been a growing phase for these kind of trading competitions. Right now, they are actually quite booming, and by next year they want to do a times 10 on. By the end of next year, they want to do a times 10 on the generated revenue. Actually, they want to make it a standard that all projects to be known, like start funding this like all projects actually do these kind of marketing competitions, etc. They want to be the place to go to and be known as such for that. So a few words about the team. The team is actually French. The team is French. They are based in Paris, and they have been in Web3 world for around 5 to 6 years now. So they built this platform. They are backed as you can see, by Kiln, which is one of the largest stakers in Europe at this stage. I think they are the largest, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, here GSR, large market makers. Don't know if you know about them, but among market makers, they're quite large, etc. So yeah, now CD Hub. Thank you for your attention. CD Hub is growing, and you might want to try it out as a competitor. Like, just come and take these daily rewards, because it's actually quite easy to do. And once you get it it's a sure game. You're actually winning whatever you do. Trading is not the end game. In this case, it's really about winning the rewards. So please have a try.
It's Dorian, and you can stay here. Round of applause for you. Really strong lineup of partners, customers, really ambition next year target as well. I'm sure there's a few questions here for you, Dorian, that you can explain on. Or maybe not this time. Yes?
No.
Nice. Please go ahead.
Hello, and thank you for the pitch. Just one question. You're trading with real money or with a fictitious coin?
Sorry, could you repeat that?
So you are trading, you are making trading like
Yeah.
trading like a sport. So my question is, you're investing with real money, with your real money, or some sort of
I mean, you trade crypto. So you trade actually. What they did is they integrated the trading interface of each of the centralized exchanges straight on their platform. So you actually have the options to trade straight from CD Hub, as if you're trading from your centralized exchange. That's why you have to connect your SEX account.
and this is yeah, no, I'm okay, but the idea is so here
So you're trading with USDC or USDT, like whatever the pair is.
So the thing is, for example, I'm a whale of Solana, and I can push one of these competitions because I want to move the market.
You mean you want to change the price? Well, nothing can prevent you from doing that, unfortunately.
Okay, thank you.
I don't have this power, nobody has. That's the big problem.
I'm going to ask you, congratulations, by the way. I'm going to ask you a business development question. Are you leveraging the use cases of your current clients to tap into Big Fours or Fortune 500 companies?
Currently,
Is that in your strategy?
Good question. Currently, actually, what CD Hub is focusing on is becoming the largest broker for centralized exchanges. So that's really being the ones with, I would say, the largest amount of traders connected to their interface, and therefore be like unmissable um, stakeholder for centralized exchanges that they all need to speak with, so that it makes it easier to do business development then with projects, to get more funding from projects to fund these campaigns, to have even more traders, to become a larger a stakeholder with the centralized exchanges, etc. Then it's a virtuous circle.
Merci, monsieur.
You're welcome.
Just behind you. That's great. Thanks.
Thank you for the pitch. Did I get it right that you actually received the data about all the trades conducted on all the access that are connected, right?
Yep.
Do you plan to sell this data somehow?
I cannot speak for them, but that's not in the plan. No. I mean, the data is public actually. You can see it. Everybody can see it when they trade. Once you select one of these pairs, am I able to show? Okay. I don't have the interface when you can only see this. But yeah, you can see, like everybody can see what's happening.
The leaderboard is public, right? So you don't see the transactions exactly, but you see them as an operator, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You see them as an operator, and obviously, even if the leaderboard is public, it's anonymized. Don't worry.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
A half minutes. Go away, Carlos. Thank you.
Hey, so I want to start by saying, can you hear me? That this is really cool. I've never heard of this. This is really cool. But you just encourage us all to try it if we haven't done it before, because you said that we will win. We will be successful.
You will win the rewards. That's the thing. That's not an investment advice, obviously, etc. But the rewards are automatically winnable and daily, because they want you to come and trade daily. So it's like daily there are rewards to be collected just for the fact of trading. Trading then, as you know, like it's a game where you can lose, but in this case, it's just the act of trading that makes you earn rewards. So you can actually do very fast trades, for example, and not stay exposed to the market.
And we're winning rewards from the crypto that we're trading, from the asset that we're trading. Where's the reward coming from? Maybe I'm confused here.
Sorry.
Where's the reward coming from?
From the crypto projects that come to get visibility, traders, etc.
Okay.
But like simple example use case, to continue to be listed on centralized exchange, every project needs to have at least a certain requirement in daily volume. If they don't reach it, they risk delisting. And if there is not enough liquidity, same thing. So once again, typical use case where they will need this kind of platform to reach out to thousands of traders, daily traders.
Got it. Thank you.
Thank you, Carlos. This was Carlos from Google Ventures. And thank you so much, Dorian. Round of applause for you.
Thank you.
And for your time. I'll take this for you, not to worry. Guys, 3 more startups until we start. You can leave it here. Thank you. Until our jury will start counting all the scores, so not much left. And I'd like to invite on stage from the United States, Eduardo Martinez Barrios from mCortex, also known as Boost, is a plug-and-play solution for regional banks to offer crypto accounts and fast, low-cross-border payments securely and instantly. Do we have Eduardo around here? Round of applause for him. Thank you, Eduardo. And you've already been introduced, so the
Thank you
stage
so
is
much,
yours.
Angelica.
Yeah, thank
Love
you
the
so much.
introduction.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I'm happy to present Boost. It's our platform that enables the financial institutions here to have access to plug and play digital assets and, most importantly, to liquidity. So how does this work? So we need to take into account that a lot of people are doing crypto at the moment. Having said that, banks are not taking a share on the liquidity business at all. On the other hand, we have an issue, legacy systems. We have a lot of banks that are not Santander or BBVA or Citi or Wells Fargo. In that sense, literally we have a high cost and complexity in order to allow other kind of banks to have access to this market. Definitely, we're talking about at least 125 billion market opportunity that hasn't been tapped. In this regard, Boost enables three verticals. The first one is banking-grade digital asset platform that allows us, our friend here previously said, crypto accounts that are completely set to be embedded within the bank's platform themselves, in the core banking. On the other hand, we enable fiat to crypto interoperability, 100% seamless, and on the other hand, very cost efficiently if you compare transactions that are currently happening between wallets and banks. Finally, yes, we enable cross-border payments, but that's not our key. This is just a feature of the capability itself. But then we go into the main axis, that is how banks can tap on liquidity. So you have many banks that they could manage themselves the liquidity, but they don't have the capability to do so. So, Boost, here I am. On the other hand, we enable as well access to third-party providers of liquidity in the scenario that the bank itself doesn't have the liquidity to do so. And third, but not least important, is how to access all these different type of services or products from finance perspective, from lending perspective, or investment perspective. So DeFi is available to the banking industry, but most importantly, to mainstream these features to the public. Because I bet if you go to the street down here on Cibeles, nobody knows about how to deal with crypto. That's the reality. So how's the best way to do so? I just go to my bank. That is my window, my door to access this. So here we go. So this is the market opportunity to be found. Yes, 125 billion to start with, for sure, and we can segment it into different type of banks that we want to work with. So yes, consumer banking, business banking, high net worth individuals, and the sweet spot, enterprise banking. In that sense, yes, how do we position ourselves within this market? Because to be fair, we're not inventing a rocket. There are a lot of things that are happening at the moment. We have several players, important and very good players, but we have focused on our niche. And in that sense, from that perspective, from a solution completeness and the market opportunity that we're tapping, we could say that we are a strategic leader to work on this market. How is our business model? Well, definitely it's transactional, and we can group it or bundle it in tiers in terms of how much volume works a particular bank. In that sense, we would like to prioritize from our go-to-market strategy the offshore, small, and regional banks. Particularly, we want to work on the business banking segment. And other point important for us is to work alongside with core banking and middleware players within the financial sector business. From that perspective, we identify that we can break even with between the range of 11 or 15 banks working. And on the other hand, we would like to highlight that we could reach at year 2 10 million ARR in this perspective. This is how it looks, our projections in terms of how work out the revenue stream with our go-to-market and our growth strategy. We have kick-started in the Caribbean and in Latin America. And to be honest in terms of where are we, literally we have signed some MOUs already, and we are working on converting those MOUs into live pilots. I know that my time is up. Thank you, Angelica. I'm going to be brief. This is our 2026 roadmap. Most importantly, who are we? So, Eduardo, I'm the one that brings all the banking expertise with a very thorough expertise in this case. But then my two friends, Boris and Armando, that they are crypto native and they have a very large and long expertise within the blockchain and the crypto world. Thank you so much, and looking forward to have one-to-one conversations later.
I'm sure we have some questions here from the jury. Thank you so much, Eduardo. Great presentation. Any questions over here? There we go.
Thank you for the presentation. You have kind of a broad product suite. So don't you think that you should focus on kind of one of the parts, because otherwise you will slow down the adoption from the clients?
To be honest, I think they are very tied together. For instance, the first and the second verticals for us, I think is quite linked together. So because literally, if the bank is going to work any kind of crypto product to their customer base, they need to deal with the liquidity. So two options: or you work it yourself, or we can tap on the providers outside in order to enable you to do so.
Okay.
So it looks like it's clear.
Yeah, thank you for your presentation. Can you show the previous slide with the amount you are planning to raise and
Yes.
tell more about this?
Thank you. Thank you so much. We're literally at the moment raising 800K, literally with a model of Safe plus a token warrant, where we want to scope not just VCs that are specialized on the crypto world, but actually both worlds, as we are focused on to Web 2 and Web 3. So.
Thank you. Any other questions? We all up, Eduardo?
We have another one here.
Oh, there we go. We still have some minutes left. So.
Sorry. Wanted to ask about the tokens then. So what's the plan about the token?
So, if we see in the, here we go. We're planning for Q4 2026 to set our TGE, and in that sense, literally, we are giving the warrant in terms of the plan of that release. Okay, we are giving 15%.
And what's the use case for the token? What's the use case for the token?
So the whole economics of a tokenized, proposition that we have.
And who will drive the demand for these tokens? So these banks that you are integrating?
No. This is from the perspective of the value of the, let's say, crypto operations of us.
So regarding this point, at some point, all the tokenomics and all the revenues these opportunities giving are gonna be driven into buybacks or any kind of distribution, and you're gonna make a DAO, so on. Is right?
Yes.
So it's kind of crypto equity.
Exactly.
Okay.
That will be in parallel to the equity side. Okay. So and then everything that is token driven will be backed by the equity itself.
Thanks for clarifying, Eduardo. Any other questions? We have 1.5 minutes left to answer any other questions. Seems that you left everything clear after that, so thank you ever so much. Yeah, well done. Thank you, Eduardo. I'll take this for you. And this as well. Thank you. Thank you so much. One before last, guys. So recently, we will know who the 5 finalists that will go to our final round tomorrow at main stage. So we're going to welcome tokenizer/Tokeniza from Brazil. Please welcome Mendes, CEO of Tokeniza. Tokeniza is a Brazil-regulated platform that tokenizes real assets and connects entrepreneurs with global investors through a secure, compliant marketplace. Welcome, Michael. Thank you so much. This is for you and also the remote. The stage is yours. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. We are a Brazilian tokenization. We started 2 years ago It's important. We started really in 2022 and worked 2 years in regulation. We are the first regulation platform in Brazil. And now we are growing to another countries. Here is the first country that we come. Tokeniza, it's a tokenization platform, so we look for assets in Brazil, tokenize this, and sell in other countries or in Brazil. I will show the numbers in Brazil. Our mission is to transform Brazil in a global hub of tokenization because the interest rate in Brazil is so high. It's normally we call about 24% by year in Brazil, for example. Our vision, our values, I will send this to you. And we have a problem. Brazil, it's a good place with interest rates, but it's so hard to go to invest in Brazil. Today, imagine European, we are here in event, a crypto event, probably anyone here invests in a Brazilian asset. But Brazil, there are the best farms, the best solar powers, the real business, real estate business, so good. We have the biggest beaches in the world, so the real estate market in business in Brazil is so high, but it's impossible that people invest. And then another side, we have Europe, United States, Japan, many countries that don't have good interest rates to invest. Imagine that the Brazilian fiat currency, in the last 10 years, we lost about 15% of value between dollar. But we grow 20 to 24% by year interest rate. So we have much money here to connect these countries. Our solution is connect Brazilian assets to global investors. And how we do it? We transform physical assets into digital tokens. In Brazil, the regulation, we have the CVM. Tokeniza is the first regulated in CVM. It's like a United States SEC. And there we can tokenize debt, real estate, and every kind of tokenization. We have a specific thing on this regulation. So imagine that only Brazil and Dubai today can tokenize the property, for example. So the regulation, it's growing a lot. And the six steps. The selection, it's like our filter, due diligence, compliance, structure, and tokenization. The point 3, we go to blockchain. Listing and global distribution. Post-tokenization management. Imagine that we connect business with investor. So, like this bridge, we need to show to investor that how is this real estate they are building. We need to show this, and the another side we need to business. Oh, I have 6,000 of investors looking for this kind of investment. So we do this in the point 6, and global liquid management in 6 point. Our target of market in institutional private investors worldwide and Brazilian business. We are looking for expand to business in other countries, but our first step last year was Brazilian business and private and institutional in Brazil. In this month, we tokenize about 90 projects with sources, about 3,000 of users, and about $3 million of TVL. Now we are expanding to institutional and private worldwide, and the next step we will expand business to another country too. The TAM today, 16 trillion by 2030. The sun, 5 trillion by 2030. This is a data of Banco do Brasil. It's the biggest bank of Brazil. And some of our markets, we are looking for 1 to 3% of this market. It's about 160 to 480 million dollars by 2030. Our business model, investors and business, we connect both, and private fundraising. We do private fundraising too. So imagine that you have a specific business and you have the specific investors, but you need compliance and regulate and tokenize this, it's possible to in this third step. Our margin, it's about 11% of total amount fundraised. This margin has a part of the business. So a business fund a million, for example, 5% is received from Tokeniza, part of the profit of the investors, and sometimes some private fundraising.
We are out of time. Maybe perhaps we can utilize some of the questions to go. We're out of time, Michael. Thank you ever so much. What we're going to do is try and go through any of these because perhaps we'll come up on the questions as well. So we keep on track of time.
Okay.
Thank you ever so much for the
Thank you a lot.
presentation. Just one last push. Round of applause for him. Any questions, guys, that he can utilize for numbers, which I think you might be very interested on?
Yeah. What kind of assets are getting more traction, and which ones do you see more future, more opportunities in the future?
Okay, we start with Web3 startups, but today the majority is real business. Not only a house, for example, but a solar power. It's so big in Brazil, and Bitcoin mining. It's so big too because we have a lot of energy and need to sell this energy. So we are connecting the booth.
Just here behind you. Thank you. Just keep your mic a bit
Thanks.
closer so they can hear you okay.
Yeah. Could you explain more about the tokenization process from the beginning? Let's say I want to tokenize a building, 70 apartments, and which could be the process and the regulation in Brazil for that on the papers and timings?
Okay, perfect. The regulation in Brazil started in 2021, 2022. We are the first because we speak so close with CVM in Brazil, and today it's work. We need to go to a business. Normally we make ads and another ways to this business come to us. We need to look at the first step is look, oh, this is a good deal because this needs to be interesting to investor. This is interesting to investor. Okay, we go to compliance. Compliance, we need to see if this business will pay. It's a real business. What is the value? Imagine I have 1 million, my house it's 10 million, but this number is real. So the third step is put everything in a token. This is our own code. So in Tokeniza we put everything, and the next step is sell. So in the fourth step, start a marketing with show this business, show the compliance, show all the that we look. Normally in 1 month we do the 3 first steps, and the 3 next steps it's our go to market and then sell.
Okay, so it's not an automatic process. It's something that requires a due diligence. Some people need to look into the asset and value it and so on.
Yeah, we have a lot of this process automatic, but some steps, for example, see the house, see the documentation, need to be a person. We have a compliance team, marketing team to do this.
And this is paid by the guy who wants to tokenize, or the corporate who wants to tokenize the assets, right?
Yes.
Okay.
They pay the setup to do these 3 first steps. So when we funding, they pay a percentage, and the investors normally pay about profit.
Okay, clear. Thanks.
Thank you. How are we doing for time? One more question. Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much for presentation, sir. I
Thank
think
you.
Latin America has great assets to be tokenized. So I'm a founder by myself in the same field that you. So big applause to your vision. But I wanted to know where are the users coming from, because as you know, sometimes the liquidity is a problem when we talk about tokenized assets. I mean, all the technology is really beautiful, and the mission of having this asset tokenized is really beautiful. But at the end of the day, the business wants money, wants to basically finance their products. Where are the users coming from, and how are you doing this B2C acquirement of the leads compared to the regulation? Because, for example, in Spain, you can't basically say a public offering in social media. You can't say, hey, tokenize with me and enter my application and invest some money. You can't do that in Spain. So how is that feel compared to that between Spain and Brazil?
Okay. In Brazil, it's we can do this, but not like we imagine. But we can do. To attract new business, it's easy in Brazil because the idea, oh, I can grow your business, I can fund your business. This is it's not a problem today. We have a big line. Our problem today it's new investors. So it has a arm inside Tokeniza called Tokeniza Academy, and Tokeniza Academy is to form to learn and show the new investors that this is a possibility. All the steps, and it's free. Tokeniza Academy. Our focus is I need to create my investors. Today we have about 6,000 users. This number is old, and about 3,000 users in Tokeniza Academy. So it's our funnel.
Thank you, sir.
We out of time. Thank you so much for introducing us to Tokenizer. Guys, for those who are asking me when is the finalist revealed, around 15 minutes or so, because we have our final contestant pitching today, which is Iñaki Zubeldia, which is the CEO and co-founder of Yoseyomo. Hi, Iñaki. Yoseyomo offers complete financial sovereignty and digital legacy system to protect and pass on crypto assets, digital wealth, and memory securely. The stage is yours. Thank you so much.
Thank
Last
you very
speech
much.
of the day.
Thank you very much. Hi, everyone. My name is Iñaki Zubeldia, and welcome to Custody of Freedom. Today, tomorrow, and forever. I need the password. Okay, this one. Okay, perfect. So I want to make a question for you. What's happened if you pass away right now? Think about that, because it's an important question. I'm going to tell you the real case of Michael, like this. Thank you. Michael is 51 years old. So suddenly dies when he's watching Netflix with his wife. And he left behind a company with 200 people, gold, crypto, bank accounts, etc. So his wife and his partners had no idea where to start. Think about that. So the opportunity here is the problem when the traditional wills and notary is a system designed for paper and stamps, not for crypto, online accounts, emotion, or the digital life of the 21st century. The wills is hidden cost, like every update means more money, time, and hassle, and also the obsolescence, life changes faster than the paper wills. No privacy. All heirs see everything, even what is meant for them. So here is the important thing. The market opportunity is huge and it's inevitable. We want to use Spain for validate and the world to scale. We are calculated at 28.8 billion euros, or dollars in this case, of TAM, over the 115.8 million households with a long-term savings and investment in US and Europe. Okay, so our solution is a sovereign system for financial sovereignty and digital legacy, composed of a product, is a crypto vault, and inheritance is a service for custody of the posthumous message. So the use cases is crypto, social media, startups, patents, collections, jewelry, bank accounts, etc. So meanwhile, the competitors are focused on emotional things or just in value things, only crypto, we are the unique people that are focused on both emotions and value, everything, human and digital. So the execution plan is, okay, we are lucrative because our product is 65% of gross margin with average order value of 155 euros. And we add a new layer, like a SaaS, software as a service, with 99% of margin in a recurrent way, and also with average order value of 250 euros per year. Okay, and also we have a LTV to CAC of 20 times. This is a projection based on SaaS benchmark and our experience with the product. So our go-to-market right now is going to the B2B with a wait list of 400 people that we are going to launch Inheritance this November 1st. And also we are going to make a B2B approach to the insurance family offices, private bank, etc. So we are going to start pilots and corporate integration because it is a need that everyone's need in this world. Okay, so our goals is validate the B2B sales scale, and prepare the B2B entry, and also strengthen trust and compliance because it's very important for us, the trust, you know. And build brand and funnel is very important to make our sales. Okay, and the execution capability is very important here too, because we are capital efficient. With two founders, a team of two founders, and 20K funds from the founders, we got a revenue of 20K in 2024 in just 7 months without ads, any paid media. So we already raised this year 200K just for validate Yoseyomo, the manufacturer of the product, and also the marketing. And we have some partners like Attico Ventures, Imheim Venture, ClickAuction, and a bunch of valuable business angel. We are going, okay, and I want to say that we are one of the first 2 crypto products in the world to win a Red Dot Hours Design 2025 with a validating of 9.5 to 10 from our users, and also investing in Yoseyomo is investing in Divitable. We are a very good couple because my partner is a developer, I am marketing or marketer. We are going to raising 500K. I have to finish, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, I don't want to be hovering, but I think you can.
Okay,
We're
perfect.
coming into numbers answers, so I'm sure
Yeah.
there'll be some number questions. Thank you ever so much,
Nah, thank
Iñaki,
you for
for your time.
Thank you very much.
Last
Thank you very
speech,
much.
so thank you for hanging on there and delivering this great presentation. Let's move on to last round of questions today for Iñaki. Thank you. Thanks, Mario.
Hello.
Oh.
I can hear you.
Okay, what about
Yeah.
now? Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice. Congrats for the project. I really see the problem. I really like it. Just I would like to go farther into the funding round because you told us that you already raised 200K. I see the go-to-market. I think it's a really good opportunity. But if you can explain what are you going to do if you're playing another round for the future.
Yeah, we want to get step by step. We are very efficient with the funds that we get. So for that reason, we want to expose to our investor a little bit. We want to validate first to ask for more money. So at the beginning, we asked for 200K. Now we are going to ask for 500K. So this is because we want to validate first. But our goal is go to Emirates and USA. So we are planning more rounds, but we want to validate first. So it's very important for us to have that community because I am content creator in YouTube. I have 42K about crypto. And since that I have that audience, I build the product, not at the other side, you know?
Sure, thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions? Oh. Next. That's fine, Carlos. You take that one.
Hey, yeah, so I think I understand the problem and opportunity pretty well, but can you dive a little bit deeper on what the solution is and the product? Just kind of give me more on that.
Yeah, the product is something like this. It's a product that you can protect your seed phrase and make it indestructible. The main problem that people have is they take down the notes, the seed phrase in a piece of paper. And what's happened with that? It gets burned, you can lose it, you can break it. But with this coin, it's made in titanium, you can make it indestructible. So in the Web3 world, you are your own bank. So I need to give to the people tools that make the auto custody in a correct way. Because every week I see people losing a lot of money and say, Iñaki, what can I do if I lost my words? And my question is, okay, you have to find that. So for that reason, we create this thing. And we complement with the sovereign system like inheritance, like a SaaS. So it's like a perfect ecosystem.
Iñaki. Next question up. Oh, same question. Well,
Okay.
I would have had this question as well. Last question round here. Thank you.
I'm just curious, what does Yoseyomo mean?
Well, it means your seed, your money. It's like the sentence in crypto is like not your keys, not your coins, and also Yoseyomo is very Japanese style. It's like a Yoseyomo. It's like a Satoshi Nakamoto, and all the image is black because it's premium product, and also it's like the Japanese ninja. They go to the shadows, silent, and these kind of things because in this world you are your own bank, so you have to make a low profile. This is the storytelling.
Love that, Iñaki. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions? Well, I think we're all done.
I'm the last one, right?
You're the last one. I'll have to come back and see this going from more close.
Okay.
Thank you so much
You're
for your
welcome.
time. You can take a seat. Round of applause for Iñaki. That was great. Legacy systems, seed phrases, oh my God. We at the end. So what I'm going to ask is the jury to give me all the scores. So we're gonna take 10 minutes to count all the scores. So in 10 minutes, we're gonna be announcing the last 5 finalists that will be taking place tomorrow at main stage. So I'm gonna ask you not go too far, everyone else, because very soon we will know who's going into main stage tomorrow. Thank you so much for your time and the jury as well. 3 strong hours, so thank you. First of all, thank you for everyone. No, you cannot hear me? Can you guys hear me? Yes? Yes? Awesome, great stuff. Thank you ever so much, everyone that has been pitching today to the 12 startups, and sorry for the 2 that couldn't come, and anyone that didn't reach the semifinals today. I'm about to announce the 5 finalists that will be pitching tomorrow for the final startup contest at the Binance main stage tomorrow. So, the 5 startups advancing to Merge Madrid 2025 are Folks, The Aura, Natick, Grow Finance, and Yoseyomo. Round of applause, guys. I will see you all tomorrow at the Binance main stage. Before we leave today, let me thank everyone here today. It's been intense 3 hours, lots going on, lots of energy. Thank you ever so much for keeping up with me and also listening to the startups, and also for the sponsors, all the organizers today. They've been amazing, and all the partners, Francisco Cuadros Itemius, La Familia, the startup CFO, Cointelegraph, ACC Ventures, OVH Cloud, Y3 Ventures, Sitel, Google Ventures, and Tetuan Valley, Secure Zero, and Novify as well. So long list, but I didn't want to leave anyone, and I hope I didn't forget anyone, otherwise just tell me off. Thank you everyone so much again. Tomorrow prices will be around 75k euros, so do please come with us tomorrow at 2 p.m. We'll kickstart at 2:20. Have a lovely rest of your afternoon. I'll see you all tomorrow. Thanks.